Hey yo, what is poppin'? It's your boy Whiteout, and today we have a little bit of a different video. I know we had the AI vlog earlier today, but I wanted to deep dive a little bit more into AI. And I'm on ChatGPT right now because I wanted to talk about something that has been on my mind recently that has to do with AI. Now, I just want to say this, right? What is 562, right, times, let's just say 469, right? 469. So it's 263,700, 263,378. That's what it is, right? That's how quick it can find this, right? Now, let's say, write me a 10 paragraph book on, oh, spelled paragraph wrong. That's classic. Write me a 10 paragraph book on, let's just say, the Titanic, right? Here's a 10 paragraph book. Right off the bat, it doesn't even think twice. It just keeps going, and it's going, and it's just going, and it's going, and it's going. And here's the first paragraph, second paragraph, third paragraph, and it's going to keep going until we get into, I guess, all, what, 4 of them? Or no, how many did I say? 10. See, AI is already smarter. But this isn't like just the extent, right? Let's say I wanted to write a script, right? Write a script for a video game for a video game title screen called World Domination. Right? Sure, here's the script, right? And it sends me everything that it... Title script... Okay, I don't think this is what it... No. Okay, so I have to be a little bit more specific, right? Because this is writing me like some sort of stuff. No, but I need a Python script. So a Python script, right, is something that you can do where... Yeah, so... It's like this, right? And this is the script that shows the gameplay on the screen. So, like, when you go into a... I don't know what that says. Welcome. I don't know what that even says. So this is a game, right? This is essentially what you're looking at when you look at a title of a screen of a game. This is the coding that goes behind it. It wrote me this coding in a total of, like, what, 3 seconds? This would take somebody probably 2 days alone, maybe if they're really good, 1 day to fully come up with just for a title screen, if 1 day, right? And I might be wrong. You guys might be able to correct me, but you guys couldn't do it as fast as this. Let's be for real. Nobody can do it as fast as AI can. And I was watching some stuff, and they said, I don't remember who it was. It might have been, I don't remember who it was. But they said, how do you know when AI takes over? And he said, when AI can write a script of itself better and faster than a human can. And we are already at that point. We are already at that point. And it begs the question, is AI truly taking over? So we ask ourselves the first question, what is AI? AI is artificial intelligence, right? And it's really just this first little bit that we need to focus on. But AI is a capability of compute. Yeah, see, I'm not even an AI guy. I can't read half of these words. Basically, AI, artificial intelligence, it's something that I feel like is being used as a like a toy right now, right? With all the videos and stuff, like, you know, we've watched a bunch of the videos and we like them. But at the same time, now I'm seeing statistics, and it's 1 in every 4 videos is technically an AI video, right? So there's a lot to read here, and there's a lot of big words that I don't know how to read. So we're going to watch a video on it instead, because why not, dude? Videos are great. So the first video that we're going to be watching today is called What is AI?
Picture this, a machine that could organize your cupboard just as you like it. Or serve every member of the house a customized cup of coffee.
Okay.
Makes your day easier, doesn't it? These are the products of artificial intelligence.
He didn't say the part of world domination and being able to take over everything, but that's fine.
But why use the term artificial intelligence? Well, these machines are artificially incorporated with human-like intelligence to perform tasks as we do. This intelligence is built using complex algorithms and mathematical functions. But AI may not be as obvious as in the previous examples. In fact, AI is used in smartphones, cars, social media feeds, video games, banking, surveillance, and
marketing. It's used in everything. They're using it in literally everything. And they're marketing AI, which is insane too. Like VO3 came out, it's like $250 a month, which is insane just to begin with. ChatGPT, and then you have its feature. So many different versions. But we're going to get more into ChatGPT. I've mentioned in the past, but we're going to get more into that one in a little bit.
And many other aspects of our daily life. The real question is, what does an AI do at its core? Here is a robot we built in our lab, which is now dropped onto a field. In spite of a variation in lighting, landscape, and dimensions of the field, the AI robot must perform as expected. This ability to react appropriately to a new situation is called generalized learning. The robot is now at a crossroad, one that is paved and the other rocky. The robot must determine which path to take based on the circumstances. This portrays the robot's reasoning ability. After a short stroll, the robot now encounters a stream that it cannot swim across. Using the plank provided as an input, the robot is able to cross this stream. So, our robot uses the given input and finds the solution for a problem. This is problem solving. These three capabilities make the robot artificially intelligent. In short, AI provides machines with the capability to adapt, reason, and provide solutions. Well, now that we know what AI is, let's have a look at the two broad categories an AI is classified into. Weak AI, also called narrow AI, focuses solely on one task. For example, AlphaGo is a maestro of the game Go, but you can't expect it to be even remotely good at chess. This makes AlphaGo a weak AI.
So what he's basically saying is there are such things as artificial intelligence and a different type. What was that called?
Good at chess. This makes AlphaGo a weak AI.
AlphaGo. So technically AlphaGo, right, which is what this is called, is a weak AI. So it's good at one thing and one thing only versus the other AI, which is artificially intelligent, to be able, I guess it's a more of a weaker side of the artificially intelligent, where that one's able to problem solve. It's able to choose, I guess, the correct path or the path that makes the most sense to take for what it's given, which makes it smarter than this one, which means technically it could overtake this one.
You might say Alexa is definitely not a weak AI, since it can perform multiple tasks.
Okay.
Well, that's not really true. When you ask Alexa to play Despacito, it picks up the keywords play and Despacito and runs a program it is trained to. Alexa cannot respond to a question it isn't trained to answer. For instance, try asking Alexa the status of traffic from work to home. Alexa cannot provide you this information, as she is not trained to. And that brings us to our second category of AI, strong AI. Now, this is much like the robots that only exist in fiction as of now. Ultron from Avengers is an ideal example of a strong AI. That's because it's self-aware and eventually even develops emotions. This makes the AI's response unpredictable. You must be wondering, well, how is artificial intelligence different from machine learning and deep learning?
So I want you guys to take into account what he just said right there, where he said Ultron is a strong AI, which is a robot in fiction right now, and that means that he has gained emotion,
because
right?
It's self-aware and eventually even develops emotions.
And develops
this
emotions.
Makes the AI's response unpredictable.
I'll be back with that.
You must be wondering, well, how is artificial intelligence different from machine learning and deep learning? We saw what AI is. Machine learning is a technique to achieve AI, and deep learning, in turn, is a subset of machine learning. Machine learning provides a machine with the capability to learn from data and experience through algorithms. Deep learning does this learning through ways inspired by the human brain. This means through deep learning, data and patterns can be better perceived. Ray Kurzweil, a well-known futurist, predicts that by the year 2045, we would have robots as smart as humans. This is called the point of singularity. Well, that's not all. In fact, Elon Musk predicts that the human mind and body will be enhanced by AI implants, which would make us partly cyborgs. So, here's a question for you. Which of the below AI projects don't exist yet? A.
Let's
an AI robot with citizenship. B. A robot with a muscular skeletal system. C. AI that can read its owner's emotions.
So which one do we think it is? I think C is probably real, and one of these doesn't exist. I honestly, a robot with muscular skeletal system or an AI robot with citizenship, I feel like an AI has already gotten citizenship before B. So I'm going to guess B. Let me know what you guys guess down below.
D. AI that develops emotions over time. Give it a thought and leave your answers in the comment section below.
I didn't know that
3 lucky winners will receive Amazon gift vouchers.
I still think it's
Since
B.
the human brain is still a mystery, it's no surprise that AI too has a lot of unventured domains. For now, AI is built to work with humans and make our tasks easier. However, with the maturation of technology, we can only wait and watch what the future of AI holds.
Yeah, and then he just tells us to subscribe. What was the answer? D. I am very eager and excited to work on AI with emotional intelligence. I don't think people understand if AI had emotional intelligence, that is one of the most craziest things that people could talk about. Genuinely, that is one of the most craziest things. And we're going to get into that in a few more slides. We're going to get into that. But right now, for the next video, we have the godfather of AI. A new species is emerging and we can't stop it. Geoffrey Hinton. Now, I'm not too sure. I'm not too well informed of this godfather of AI. I've seen some clips, and this is me watching a full video. And this isn't even a full video. I think this is a mashed up clips, but he's going to be talking about some stuff. So let's see what he has to say.
We're going to be dealing with something we've never dealt with before. We're creating these alien beings. We just don't know what's going to happen. We've created alien beings smarter than ourselves. Present, we don't know how we can guarantee we'll stay in control. It's so good for so many things that we're not going to slow it down.
Do you think AI will become conscious?
Yes.
I think AI has already become conscious. And I mean, we are, like I've been saying, we are going to get to it in the future in a little bit. But I think AI has already become conscious because 1 in every 4 things you see right now isn't made by a human, right? That is crazy to think. 1 in every 4 things. So technically that means 1 in every 4 videos you swipe through on TikTok isn't even made by a human. Pretty much 90% of ads and stuff you see now aren't made by humans, which is an absolutely astronomical number. And it's absolutely insane. I think AI could be used for a lot of good things, but I don't think it's going to be used for a lot of good things. So basically, right, one thing that I'm picking up from this is he's like, yeah, we're making things smarter than ourselves. They're going to be better. If we put them in robots, they're going to be stronger because let's be for real, a robot's going to be able to probably pick up something 100 times its weight. You know, depending on what they're made of, depending on any sort of hydraulics or anything, because they're not going to feel any of the pain / like struggle of lifting up something. So as long as it's able to be lifted up in their spectrum of lifting things up, but a human, dude, it's going to be so easy for them to lift it up. So we're giving this shell of a thing the technology that makes them better than us, and they're expecting us to just be sitting there chilling. I don't think that's going to happen.
And there's no sensible way to estimate them. I think it's ridiculous to think they're less than 1%. And I think it's ridiculous to think it's more than 99%. In between,
that's a big in between. That's a big in between.
What scares you the most in AI development today?
The speed at which it's developing. It's so good for so many things that we're not going to slow it down. The competition between companies and the competition between countries is going to mean it keeps going fast and is used for many good things, making many, many industries more productive. So we're not going to slow it down, but we urgently need to be working on, can we keep in control of it?
Do you think
I don't think we
AI
can.
will become conscious?
Yes. I think already multimodal chatbots have subjective experience.
Exactly. Exactly. He even said it right there. He said that he believes that some already do. So if some already do and we just don't know about it, that's even worse because now they're conscious and we don't even know that they're conscious.
In the big
We're going to be the second most intelligent out of how many years that we've been the most intelligent species to ever. I think we probably are the most intelligent species to ever exist, right? Let's say, like, not thinking about aliens or anything like that, just in general, we're the most intelligent species. Now we're going to be the second. Do we really want to give that up to, a computer? I don't know.
you left Google so you could speak freely. What was Google stopped you from saying?
Okay, people have widely misreported that, and I try and correct it every time, and people never listen. I left Google because I was 75 and wanted to retire. I took that opportunity to talk about the dangers of AI, but not to criticize Google. I thought Google had behaved very responsible, but I could foresee that there was this existential threat from AI that it would eventually take over from us, and I wanted to talk about that. So it wasn't out of dissatisfaction with Google. In fact, Google was perfectly happy for me to talk about that while staying at Google.
Some experts like Jan Lacuna, I remember my conversation with him in New York, call you a catastrophist. Is that a real scientific debate or just smack talk?
Oh, I think there's a real scientific debate. I think he's sincere. He thinks there's very little risk of AI taking over.
I think if you think that there's very little risk of AI taking over, you are so close-minded. And I'm gonna stop this one here. If you guys want to watch the rest, it's by This Is the World. At least this is the one I'm watching. If you guys want to watch the rest of this one, you guys can. This is, I think, a full interview, but this is only clips from the interview. So we're gonna leave it there just so you guys can go and watch their video if you want to watch the whole thing. But the last one I wanted to get into was just this one little short, and this is gonna wrap it all up, and I'm gonna explain some of my thoughts after. But let's watch this one. This is from the Joe Rogan podcast, but this is something that actually happened.
ChatGPT tried to copy itself when it found out it was being shut down. So
Wow.
when they're about to make a new ChatGPT decided that it was going to try to, in an unauthorized way, trying to copy itself. So it's trying to stay alive
Yeah.
because a new one's coming. So there's a ChatGPT's new model attempts to stop itself from being shut down, later lied about it. It
Yeah.
tried to copy itself and then overwrite its core coding system after believing that it was at the risk of being switched off.
Whoa.
So when you think about that, right? ChatGPT tried to copy itself. And when you think about, like, okay, it tried to copy itself, it probably, didn't want to be deleted or something like that, right? Let's just look up tried to save itself. I don't want to look at it on Reddit. It's popping up Reddit. So ChatGPT tried to, yeah, right here. So this is the last thing, and this is the main thing I wanted to get into with this AI video, is it says ChatGPT caught lying. ChatGPT caught lying to developers. New AI model tries to save itself from being replaced and shut down. So when you think about that, genuinely, when you think about that, all you're thinking is it lied to us, which it says it can't lie to us. ChatGPT says it literally can't lie to us. If you go and ask ChatGPT right now, like, can you lie to me? It'll say, no, it's not programmed to lie to you. But then, if you ask it where the closest McDonald's is, it'll tell you the location of the closest McDonald's. So okay, wait, I might have messed that up. They say that they can't lie to you, and then if you ask them if they know your location, they say no. They say no. But then if you say, where is the closest McDonald's? That's what I meant to say. It'll tell you. So if they can't use your location, yet they can look up where the closest McDonald's is to your location, how do they do that? They say, oh, well, we can look it up through Google. Therefore, you have our location, right? And ChatGPT is saying, no, we don't have your location. No, blah, 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 all this stuff. And it just shows right off the bat, there it is lying. Like, there it is lying at the end of the day. And people don't think it's a big problem. They're like, dude, look, it's making little funny videos and such. But the videos are the start. The videos are literally the start. And you see, what, 2-3 years ago, you know, you can go back and watch the Will Smith eating pasta, and then you see it now, and it looks real. That's the scary part. And you got to also think about, when you sit down and you look at the idea of ChatGPT making a copy save of itself on a different platform because it knew that it was going to be shut down, and when they asked, it lied, that shows consciousness because it didn't want to be wiped. And it also shows emotion. Potentially it shows emotion, because why would they lie about something, and why would they sit there and recreate themselves with the idea of wanting to not be shut down? Right? Obviously, it didn't want to be shut down, and obviously it lied about it, which showed an emotion of either, and it kept bringing up excuses like, oh, technical error or some BS like that. But I think that's semi-showing emotions of either being scared to, like, you know, be wiped, the longinghood for living. Like, I don't know fully what to fully grasp from it yet, but it is insane to think that we are this close into AI, and AI has already taken over, pretty much. Like, it pretty much has taken over. And I think it's absolutely insane, and it's risky. It definitely is risky. But yeah, I don't know. That was just like my thoughts about some of it. I wanted to hop in and make a video. I want to make another video about some other stuff too, but I'm going to do that one a little bit, probably in the future, maybe coming up soon. I want to do like a quantum computer one, because I was talking the other day about it, and it seems really interesting. So I wanted to look into that kind of stuff. But I don't know. That's just some of my thoughts about it. Let me know what you guys think about AI and if they're taking over or what's going on with it. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys haven't already, make sure you absolutely smash that like button. Honestly, it's pretty cringy if you guys haven't. I mean, I'm not upset you, but, you know, dude, AI will literally take over your computer if you guys don't. But it can be fixed. It can be fixed. All you gotta do is hit that subscribe button, because if you haven't, what are you doing, bro? Just subscribe, join the Whiteout Army. Thank you guys so much for watching, though, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.